Asia, the largest continent in the world. Now, Asia is split into different regions. You have people talking about East Asia, Northern Asia, South Asia, and the wonderful Middle East, or Western Asia. And we all know how war-driven that place is. However, there's one region of Asia that's never really explored or talked about, and it's known as Central Asia. Off home to the Stan countries, also home to some of the most authoritarian countries in the world, like Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna explain Central Asia today. And yeah, I know Kanubis already made a video about Central Asia, but I'm doing one as well. Many people have done it as well. You can't stop me. Let's start off with Kazakhstan, home to Boras, or not Boras, because Boras has been banned from Kazakhstan, the movie, and Cohen himself. I think, I don't know, but it did boost their tourism, so I guess there's that. Now Kazakhstan is odd because it's in both Europe and Asia, so there's that. Yeah, one thing that makes all the Stan countries in Central Asia common, not only because they all have Stan in their name, not only because they're all authoritarian, but they also used to be part of the Soviet Union, which I also made a video about what would happen if that reunited and World War III began, so you can watch that. But first, watch this. So with Kazakhstan, there are a lot of things odd with this place. The population is around 19,082,467, which is in 2021, and they are also the ninth largest country in the world. Yes, very big. Yes, so they have a very high GDP, but their GDP per capita is not really. Actually, yeah, it is pretty high. It is 53rd, so there's that. They're run by an authoritarian government, which for a long time was run by this guy named Nursultan Nazarbayev, which he was actually his first name was the new name for the capital of Kazakhstan, which used to be called Astana, but then was named to Nursultan after he left office on 20th of March 2019, and then in exchange the new president of Kazakhstan is this guy named Kasim Jomart Tokayev. Yep. Anyway, that's Kazakhstan basically explained. There's not really that much to go off of, so yep, next country. Also, instead of going by population, we're going by size. So the next country on our list is Turkmenistan. Alright, this one is a bit of a doozy, as in it's basically just the North Korea of Central Asia, as most people call it. Turkmenistan is known for being a very odd country, in that it has a very glamorous capital, yet very poor population, and is also run by the most authoritarian government of all the Stan countries, as in Central Asia, not including Afghanistan. You're horrible. But for Turkmenistan, they're very bad. Anyway, the population estimate in 2020 for Turkmenistan was 6,031,187. So, yeah, and per capita is not that high, and the GDP is a lot. So, yeah, they are a pretty successful country, but at the same time, they're run by. Also, ignore the massive amount of background noise. My house is very busy today, so yeah, if you hear any background noise, blame my family. Also, yes, you hear copyrighted music in the background. I don't know if it's copyright or not, but yeah, it might be copyright. I don't know. Blah, 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 yeah. It was originally run by this guy, but then the president was handed down to this guy after this guy died, and then this guy's presidency was handed down to this guy who is the current president of Turkmenistan, or leader, or dictator, or whatever. Yeah, so Turkmenistan is known for having terrible corruption, human rights, and also terrible human rights. So it's very corrupt, it's very bad in humanitarian rights. It's basically North Korea, but just not as bad. Okay, it's still bad, but yeah. Anyway, next country on our list, Uzbekistan. Yes, I pronounce it as Stan, not Stan. Whatever. Yeah, so Uzbekistan, whatever, is basically just another regular country in Central Asia, except this one is a little bit different because it looks bigger, but actually Turkmenistan is bigger. Uzbekistan just looks bigger. Now, what makes this one different is because it has major, major border issues with Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, and it's mainly around this area, the one I'm pulling up to right now. There's exclaves, enclaves all over the place. Yeah, it's a very convoluted everything. And also, I see that Uzbekistan and Tajikistan have border dispute. I'm getting my I don't like saying the same word all the time. It's annoying. But you know the drill. Uzbekistan, big country. Its population in 2022 was 35,300,000, which is very large. The GDP is very low, actually. It's $9,530. That's the lowest so far. And then their per capita is 75th. Not bad, but still not great. And they are too run by communist government, not communist government, just a very authoritarian government. Islam Karimov. Yeah, that's his name. He was succeeded by Nigmatilla Yuldashev, and then he was succeeded by Shavkas Mirziyoyev. God, I hate pronouncing foreign names. But anyway, yeah, it's 100. I think it's ranked 150th on the humanitarian. Democracy index. So it's not. It's very authoritarian. Yeah, Uzbekistan. There's not that much to say. Now we move on to Kyrgyzstan. Yes, the only time I've ever heard of the country prior to like 2022 or something was through watching Spies in the Skies when it was mentioned there. And I thought it was a fake country. Apparently it's real. And it's really an oddball of a country. It is not that big. We're going from biggest to smallest, so yeah. The population estimate in 2020 was 6,586,600. The per capita is 5,470. Is that lower than Uzbekistan? It is lower than Uzbekistan. Look, there's Uzbekistan 154, and there's Kyrgyzstan 173. There! They both suck. Kyrgyzstan is just worse at being humanitarian and corrupt. Now, there were multiple versions of Kyrgyzstan to kind of find the thing. I forgot to mention the capital cities of some of the countries. So, the capital for Turkmenistan is Ashgabat, as per usual. The capital for Uzbekistan is Tashkent, and the capital for Kyrgyzstan is Bishkek. I just love and hate pronouncing foreign names. It's just so annoying yet so fun at the same time. Also, a lot of Kyrgyzstan is located on mountains, as you can see from like the green areas around here. Also, the reason I'm not in like the realistic satellite map is because it's very hard to tell where anything is in the satellite map, especially in Central Asia. So it's easier to tell in here because it has thicker outlines. But yeah, Kyrgyzstan is definitely not a great country to live in. It was recently ranked from a hybrid regime to an authoritarian regime, so yep, what can you do? And the last country in the list is what else? Tajikistan. And I'm going fast, but I'm in a rush, okay? Calm down. Now, the thing about Tajikistan is that it was the only country in this list to go through a civil war after the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. So yeah, they aren't doing that well. So the regular things. The population is 9,537,645. Their per capita is $3,354, which is lower than Uzbekistan, I think, but is higher than Kyrgyzstan. So Kyrgyzstan is the worst in GDP per capita. Give a round of applause. Woo! So like many of the other countries on this list, like posters of it all over the country. It's very, 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 very annoying. The current president of Tajikistan is Emomali Rahmon, who has been ruling the country since 1994. And he's only the third president of Tajikistan. The previous one was Ramon Nabiev, who is in a very badly detailed picture, and the one before that was. Well, I can't actually find the first president of Tajikistan, so until I actually find the fact, it's this guy. Boom, I don't think that's true, but I don't care. Actually, I have to care, it's an educational video. That's Central Asia, baby! It is a very distinguished and very, out there part of Asia. It's very authoritarian, it's very confusing in religion, like some of it might be Christian, some of it might be Islam, some of it might be Persian. They all might be a combination of all of them. It's a very, very, very confusing part of Asia, and I love it. It is actually don't like confusion, but still, I think it is a very interesting part of Asia, and I wish I could go into more detail, but I can't. But I don't have the time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very, very short educational little video. And I'm going to go somewhere now. Goodbye.